வணக்கம். मैं हैदर अली सैयद आशीर्वाद से United under Tamil Shiva.
So, Hyder Ali, please don't feel, like any confrontation. We appreciate that you're sharing
No,
your
no,
thoughts.
I don't take it as a confrontation. I'm here to learn, and at the same time, what I know, I'm sharing it. I never get
appreciate
upset.
that, bro.
Inshallah,
I appreciate that,
inshallah,
bro.
Allah increases all our knowledge.
And I respect the fact that your reading is very far and wide. I really respect that. I'm just questioning your methodology. That's all. And who knows? I could be wrong, right?
See, actually,
Why not?
Farooq, since I'm coming from India and I'm grounded with what is happening in India and how everything started, so if you do your research on languages, and you will come to know that Tamil is the first language on earth, and as for the Tamil tradition, heavenly language is Tamil. So everything was given in the Tamil language, and as per the Tamil tradition, written form of Tamil was given to third son of Adam, that is Shiva. So Shiva means Shiva, and that's why Shiva is whatever Shiva has been given, that knowledge. He has the attribute of destroyer as well as preserver. And if you read Quran chapter 96 to 1 to 7, when Allah gave by pen giving information on all subject, and then they say that they are self sufficient after getting the knowledge. So this knowledge, because of that knowledge, with that knowledge one can preserve the earth. At the same time we can destroy this earth, and that's the reason why Shiva in Indian tradition is known as destroyer as well as preserver of the earth. And one of the reason what God is going to give to the Khalifa, because as per our tradition, Shiva is the Khalifa. Shivan is the Khalifa, and chapter 4 verse 18 and 19, Lucifer is clearly stating that I will take a portion of the people and make them to do genetical engineering. And even in the book of Jashar chapter 4 and 18, it's talking about genetical engineering before Noah. So this type of highly advanced civilization, especially the Caucasians and the white people, will not understand. And that's what Quran, and people who have the knowledge, they will it's a reminder for them. But people whose forefathers have no honor, it is very difficult for them to digest the holy book, because you have to know your bloodline before understanding the Quran. I can only suggest that it's better that you start understanding what is from the Indian context. And for example, I'll give you one more example from chapter 15, verse 30. Lucifer is asking for a respite, that he wants to be immortal till day of resurrection. Allah said, "I have given you respite till the day well known." So now there are two terms: day of resurrection and day well known. So, as per your understanding, Farooq, how do you understand this verse?
Okay. To me, the story of Adam is the human story.
No, I'm talking about that verse actually. So, see, I'm not talking about Adam. I'm talking about chapter 15, verse.
He's getting to it. He heard you. Just let him answer.
I'm just trying to lay out the foundations here, if you don't mind, right? So you see, Hyder Ali, the story of Adam is the story of humanity, right? Where Allah tells the angels, upon us knowing the essence of all things, Allah tells the angels to sujood to us, to submit to us, and except for Iblis. Okay, so now we're coming to Iblis, right? What is Iblis? Now, Iblis comes from the Arabic root balasa, which means he was wrapped in grief, or he was frustrated, or he lost hope. So what's going on in this context is Allah telling Iblis that he is given the freedom to try to corrupt us until Yawmiddin. So that's why we need to watch out. Whenever we have these feelings, these feelings of frustration, loss of hope, any kind of negative emotion, this will prevent us from Sirat al-Mustaqim. So Sirat al-Mustaqim is something we need to explore in the Quran. You go to chapter 6, verse 1.1 to 153, that tells you the details. You go to the story of Isa, that gives you the principles. Or you go to chapter 11, verse 56, it says Allah is on Siratul Mustaqim. So Siratul Mustaqim is where you will encounter Allah in your life. So that's what I see this story as. The story of Adam versus Iblis and Shaitan is the story of humanity and what will drag us down, basically. So Iblis is the negative emotions within us. Thank you.
Chapter 15, verse 36. Just want to understand your understanding on this verse. I'll read. He said, Lucifer said, My Lord, then revive me until the day they are resurrected. Allah said, So indeed you are of those reprived until the day of the time well known. And then the verse says, My Lord, because you have put in me in error, I will surely make disobedience attractive to them on earth, and I will mislead them all, except among them your chosen servant. So here the question is, what is the difference between the day they are resurrected and until the day of time well known?
Yeah, I do understand what you're saying there. To me, Yawma Yab'athun refers to I quoted chapter 2, verse 213 there. It says, Faba'athallah. So Yawma Yub'athun is the period where we become established on the earth. And this is different from Yawm al-Qiyamah. Yawm al-Qiyamah is after death. But this other period, Yawma Yub'athun, is when we become established on the earth. But thank you for pointing that out. I didn't notice the 2 days were mentioned there. Thank you.
Yeah, but what is your understanding? Lucifer said, My Lord, then revive me until the day of resurrection. What you have understood for that? What exactly Lucifer is asking for?
You see, he's asking for the freedom to corrupt human beings until they become Yab'ath.
And Allah,
Sorry.
what does Allah reply?
Allah gives them the permission. Allah gives him the
Until what
permission.
day? Until the day?
Until the time appointed. Yawma al-waqtil ma'lum.
No. So that waqt malum, what is that waqt malum? It is exactly the same as resurrection or something different?
I think it's something different. I think that's actually Judgment Day.
Farooq, hold on. Since you are not away, you are not connected with India. In Indian context, Lucifer, as per the Quran, it is a jinn, and every creation has to die. But when Lucifer did a mistake in heaven and he did not obey God, so he's asking for a reprieve, that he wants to become Dark Lord, immortal. He wants to become immortal till day of resurrection. Allah said, "You are immortal now," and the activity which this immortal will do is a dark Lord, dark thing by misguiding people. But this day of well known is basically in Tamil tradition or Indian tradition, we have this concept of the Dark Lord or the Kali Parusa. You can check it on the Google. This concept of Kali Parusa is that the Rakshasas, he became the Dark Lord. He will become the Kali or Kali Yugam, the person who brought the Kali Yugam on the earth by deceiving people and misguiding them. So as per that Indian tradition, he is going to die when Kalki is going to come. Kalki is what as per the other books, it is Son of Man, Maitri Buddha, Mahadi. These are all concept which is there at that time, and after that the Satyugam will come. A golden age will come once again. So when Kalki comes, Lucifer is going to die. So this is what day well known means. That when the day well known comes, because the Earth story is totally for the certain bloodline, it is scripted, and so when the Kalki comes, that day Lucifer is going to die. So that's what I'm saying. See, India is the starting point of Islam. Arab is the completion, and all the information in Quran, Adam to Noah is 100% belongs to the Tamil origin, and after that it is talking about Noah incident, and then family of Ibrahim. Family of Ibrahim is basically Semitic nation. Chapter 2, verse 124, that when Ibrahim was tested and appointed, and God took a covenant from him, and then Ibrahim is telling, "What about my descendants?" And Allah says, "My covenant doesn't apply to the wrongdoer." So before even the descendants of Ibrahim were born, they are labeled as wrongdoers. But when you check chapter 17, verse 70, regarding the children of Adam, Allah says, "I have honored them, preferred them, and given him the dominance over land and sea." You can read that verse. And I have preferred them above all the creation with preferences. Chapter 17, verse 10. And how did Allah made them, preferred them? Children of Adam, chapter 7, verse 172. They, from each son of Adam, from their loins, their descendants were taken and made to testify to themselves. And that's the reason why the Indian people are so loyal to the Shiva concept. After 2000 of slavery under the Caucasians, still they are maintaining the Shiva concept, and India is the only land which is identifying themselves as per their Shubha Wakabail, Department of Work. So this is the thing. And regarding Ibrahim descendants, it's clearly said that before even they were born, they are wrongdoers, and this black Israelites, 10 brothers conspiring to kill one of their brothers. This is the starting point of their history. Then after they merged with Persian Empire, they are praising the Cyrus king, and and they gave their Torah, Gospel, even their Kaaba to those Caucasians. So this is the scene. And finally the black Israelites who have made a syndicate, a mafia, along with the Jewish syndicate, and they are scattered all over the world. And the climax to our story is that these syndicate people, black Israelite, will be kicked out from all the region, and then they will be returning back to their land. And that's what Quran chapter 17 verse 104 is talking about, and even the Bible is talking about that the scattered nation will be returning back to their land, and the mafia will end. So without having information about Indian context, you will not be able to understand Quran.
Don.
Wow.
Okay. Thank you, Hyder Ali. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.